Hello, this is Minds and Money TV. Delighted to be with Steve Orr, Chief Executive Officer of Gatos Silver. Steve, can you just tell us a little bit about Gatos Silver?
Certainly, Andrew, and thank you very much for having me on the Minds and Money Online Connect. Gatos Silver is a silver-focused exploration, development, and production company. We have a majority ownership in an entirely new silver-rich district that has also byproduct zinc, lead, and gold endowment, and it's located in the southern portion of Chihuahua State in Mexico. And over the last 10 years, we've acquired a mineral rights package totaling 103,000 contiguous hectares. And on these mineral rights, we discovered 14 separate zones of mineralization. And in 2014, we brought in a Japanese refining company, Dowa Metals and Mining, as a 30% joint venture partner to help us with the financing. And with that financing, we were able to construct and commission our first mine, called Cerro Los Gatos, on one of the 14 mineralized zones that we discovered. And interestingly enough, we did all this while remaining private. As interest in silver and silver equities began increasing, we decided that this was the time to do a public listing. And on October 28th of 2020, we completed an initial public offering on the New York Stock Exchange and the Toronto Stock Exchange, raising $173 million. And this made Gatos Silver, its IPO, the largest precious metals financing on the New York Stock Exchange and Toronto Stock Exchange in 2020. The Cerro Los Gatos mine has now completed its commissioning phase. It's operating to its design production rate of 2,500 tons per day and is now cash flow positive.
So it sounds like an absolutely fantastic project. Can you tell us a little bit about your team that you've assembled beneath you?
Absolutely. We have myself, other than myself, as the Chief Executive Officer. We have a recently appointed president of the company by the name of Dale Andres. And Dale joins us from Tech Resources, where he has had a 25-year career focused on operations and operations management. And beyond that, we have our Chief Financial Officer, Roger Johnson, who has been with the company for its entire decade life, working with me. And formerly, Roger was part of the financial group for Newmont Mining Corporation. We also have our Vice President of Exploration, Phil Pyle. Phil, interestingly enough, is a co-discoverer of Los Gatos and the 14 zones of mineralization. And he has been our Vice President of Exploration and the company's Chief Geologist since the inception of the company.
Okay, that sounds an absolutely fantastic team. So what are your plans for the next 12 months after such a successful listing?
Well, 2021 is our first full year of production, and we're calling it a year of optimization. We expect to produce between 7.5 and 7.9 million ounces of silver, 4.5 to 5,000 ounces of gold, and 40 to 42 million pounds of lead, and 49 to 52 million pounds of zinc. And we expect to do that at an all-in sustaining cost of between $17 and $17.50 per ounce. In terms of optimization, there are numerous strategic capital initiatives that we've undertaken to enhance production proficiency and best-in-class standards. Accordingly, we expect our sustaining capital expenditures to be about 65 to 75 million this year for key productivity improvement projects. We're adding additional tailings capacity to our tailings impoundment. We're installing a second mine refrigeration unit for the Cerro Los Gatos mine. This allows us to maintain comfortable ambient temperatures in the mine environment. And we're constructing a paste plant, and we're just commencing that construction. The paste plant will allow about 40% of our tailings to be placed back in the mine to fill open voids for mining. In terms of production, we achieved record performance from Cerro Los Gatos during the second quarter of this year. We were able to exceed design production rates from the mine, and we were able to produce just over 2,600 tons per day through the processing plant, exceeding its 2,500 ton per day design. Additionally, and more importantly, the metal recoveries in the processing plant exceeded design for silver, lead, and zinc at 89%, 90%, and 75% respectively. We were able to produce 2.1 million ounces of silver during the quarter and 1,500 ounces of gold, 11.2 million pounds of lead, and 14.5 million pounds of zinc. And we did this at an all-in sustaining cost that was $12.63 per ounce on a byproduct basis, remembering that our forecast for the market is between $17 and $17.50 per ounce. So we're quite confident that we're going to meet our production guidance.
Okay. What are the risks and challenges facing Gatos Silver? And I guess by that, I mean, what could possibly go wrong? For example, I'm not sure if there's any sort of challenges you face on the ground in Mexico with regards to, dealing with like local communities, or are there other challenges you foresee? And I guess, if so, how are you de-risking them?
Well, Andrew, on a macro basis, I think inflation is a challenge. And it's manifesting it now in cost increases for materials, and we're starting to see supply chain constraints, which is resulting in delays to equipment and material deliveries. And while we're managing our way through this, it has resulted in some delays and additional costs, and we're hoping this is going to be transitory. But we are already ordering material and equipment for sustaining capital projects that are planned for 2022. Now, on a project-specific basis, if you had asked me this question 6 months ago, I would have said COVID-19. But we reacted quickly and I think successfully to prevent a COVID-19 outbreak at Cerro Los Gatos. The project has a residential camp, and it is a contained environment where we were able to maintain COVID-19 prevention protocols. We have an on-site clinic, and we were able to acquire PCR testing capability during the early phases of COVID-19. The result has been that we never had a COVID outbreak at Cerro Los Gatos. And while COVID is still a serious issue in Mexico, most recently with the Delta variant, our strong prevention protocols have again allowed Cerro Los Gatos to continue normal operations.
Okay. Another question as well is that there's obviously a lot of silver companies out there, and I guess silver outperformed gold in 2020, and I can certainly see why a number of investors would be attracted and drawn to Gatos Silver. But one question that they might ask, and I'm going to ask you, what makes Gatos Silver stand out from the crowd? What makes you stand out from the other silver mining companies out there?
Well, primarily, I think the company has unconstrained organic growth potential. And that's a clear differentiation compared to our peers. We control the second largest mineral rights package of our producing peers in Mexico, and that's the 103,000 contiguous hectares. And we've only explored 15% of that entire package. And within the mineral rights package, we discovered a new silver-rich district, which I talked about earlier. And it's very hard to accomplish that without doing a public equity offering, because mining projects are capital intensive. And Gatos Silver now owns 70% of this entire district, and it's now an operating mining company. Our Cerro Los Gatos mine reached design capacity of 2,500 tons per day last year and is now exceeding its 2,500 ton per day rate from the mine and from the processing plant. So Gatos Silver has the ability to grow organically and not be required to engage in M&A to affect further growth. It's a silver company that has high leverage to silver through control of this Los Gatos district. And we have the ability to add value by increasing silver discovery through organic exploration and increasing silver production through the development of our additional silver mines on these 14 separate zones of mineralization. And then there's another issue, and that's great. The Cerro Los Gatos mine and our other zones of mineralization within the district are all polymetallic epithermal deposits. But Cerro Los Gatos is, and the other zones appear to be, silver dominant in their metal endowment. Our silver grade alone is 306 grams per ton, making Cerro Los Gatos one of the highest silver grade mines of our operating peers.
Okay, that sounds an absolutely fantastic update from you, Steve. Gatos Silver sounds like an absolutely fantastic project. We're delighted to have you with us at Mines and Money. That was Steve Orr, Chief Executive Officer of Gatos Silver. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrew.